2, and here's Modi. Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So good to have you in the studio, Miss Kim Kushner of Kim Kushner Cuisine.
Thank you for having me.
You're our first female guest,
Wow.
or at least the first one that identifies as a female.
Yes.
Okay, right?
I don't
Did I say
count.
it right? I don't want to make any. Those of you who don't know, Kim Kushner is an author of 3 cookbooks, not just 1, but 3. That means you're in. That means it's a thing, not just you woke up one day and I'm a cook and I'm gonna. You should write a book. You did it. You did it.
Thank you. Yes.
One of them is called the I Heart Kosher, the Modern Menu, and the New Kosher.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And if the guests are watching right now, they're gonna go buy and click on one book. Which is the one book they should get?
I would say the New Kosher.
The New Kosher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simple, straightforward. It was really a crowd favorite. Everyone loved it. So.
Right, and I've seen these books where one time your husband ordered a cameo from me for you, and I was in my friend's house, and I was telling her, "Oh, this is for Kim Kushner." She goes, "I have all her books," and I grabbed them and I used them as props and she really uses them. They were like dirty and had all the schmutz from everything when you cook on them, and. What else? You are a mother of 4 kids.
Yes.
So 4 cookbooks and kids. And let me ask you, when did it hit you that you are a chef or a cook? What's the differentiation here?
I'm definitely not a chef because really the definition of a chef is somebody who runs a restaurant. Chef is somebody who's in charge, the chief of a restaurant. So I'm by no means a chef. I'm a cook. I'm a cooking instructor. I'm a cooking teacher. I'm a cookbook author.
So it's cook.
Cook.
Okay,
yes.
Good.
It's a touchy subject because a lot of people in this day and age like to, call themselves chef. They'll cook a few things, take a few pictures, post it on Instagram, and they're a chef. But really, chefs of restaurants, they find it. They worked really hard to get to this point, and it's a very stressful job, and they really do run kitchens. So I have a lot of respect for that. So I'm careful.
That's a good, yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody now that has a recipe or two that has an Instagram account and they're a chef.
Right. It's like everybody who takes a picture with their iPhone is a photographer.
Right.
Or a model.
Right. Exactly.
Or annoying.
Yeah.
You are from Montreal.
I am.
Which is one of my favorite cities besides New York. It is, comedy-wise, it's one of the best towns at the comedy festival there. And the Jewish community in Montreal is insane. They just get together whenever there's an event. And I've spoken about this before on the podcast, but it's just such a wonderful community. And do you go back often or no?
I go back often. I love Montreal. I feel very lucky that I was born and raised there. It's a great community, great people. It's diverse. There's great culture. Other than the freezing cold winters, Montreal is great.
Do you speak French?
Oui, bien sûr.
But like the French or that Montreal?
No, I speak French.
Okay, they get very touchy.
Yes.
The French, when they hear Montreal French, they're like, "What is that? That's not French." Because it's a little instead of bonjour. It's very, very strange. And you actually studied cooking.
Yes.
It's not like you just had a few recipes that worked out and you put them online, but you really studied. What does it mean to study cooking? Like, what's the?
It's very serious. It was very hardcore. I went to Culinary School here in the city on 23rd Street. You're working with, you're studying with people who have either gone into this as a first career, but there were also many people in my class who had a career change. And it's hard work, and you're tested, and it's competitive, and it's very serious.
Okay, I think I had a friend that was at that school. My friend Donnie Moss, who is now an animal rights activist, but he was in PR and just hated it, and he thought he wanted to be a chef, a cook, and he went to this school, signed up for the class, and I remember his first dish was the ankle of a cow. Sambuco, right? Is that
right.
Yeah.
No. but okay.
Is it, what's it called?
Ossobuco?
Ossobuco, okay.
Is that not the ankle of a cow? Is it also?
It's whatever it is disgusting part of a cow, and it's the most unvegan of a dish that could be made. And I remember that, and every time I even think about that, I just remember that. And now he's this pure activist, vegan, animal rights activist, and so that was.
Yeah, a lot of people don't make it all the way. Like they'll start culinary school and they won't finish because they really grill you. So.
It's what the techniques they're teaching you.
Techniques, it's discipline. Even from the way you have to be dressed, you have to have certain shoes. Your apron has to be tied a certain way. You can't be dirty. Everything has to be. It's based on French culinary, so it's very, very strict and disciplined.
I would never survive.
I would never. I would do the outfit well. I would do the outfit really well. I would do those what's it called? Those clogs.
Yeah,
clogs. I would kill it in those clogs. Extra 4 inches. I just look down and yeah. This is good.
Wait,
yeah,
but
now,
I have a question.
Where's the tuna fish opener? The can for tuna fish, because that's my dish. A can of tuna fish, a little bit of mayonnaise, and lunch. We have but yeah, everything else I would. If the measuring part, never.
But I think if you go to culinary school, isn't that to get a degree to essentially become a chef? Like, I feel like you earn that title, no? It's like going to law school and not practicing law, or is you have to run an actual restaurant?
I think you really have to work in a restaurant to call yourself that. You could say I'm trained as a chef.
That's
but
I like
I don't
that.
work as a chef. So.
What if you have the hat?
I do have the hat.
I think it's
you got
genius.
the hat at your graduation.
I think it's genius how you leaned into cook. Whereas I'm so someone else would fight. It's just we're the same thing with.
Because you know what, I
really
would be places, or I would go to restaurants, and like the chef would come out, and my husband or my friends would be like, "Oh, she's a chef," and I would want to hide under the table because I would be like, "I cook dinner for my family." Like,
right.
This is Danielle Baloud. Like, he's a chef. I'm not a chef. You know.
That's good.
So that's when I was like, "Please stop."
You cook dinner for your family. Now, Leo and I, we watch it. Now, we've been to your house for Shabbat dinner.
Yes.
And it's a vibe. It's not just a dinner. It's curated. The people. It's the right people. I feel like you have your.
The people are not curated because actually. On the contrary, I have my regulars, my close friends who come all the time, and they're the regulars, and they always say that they know when they come, there's always the extra randoms, like, where did you meet these people?
The
not in the
riff
like they're not the regulars.
Randoms.
But that's what makes it fun. So it's not curated. A lot of times I don't even know who's coming because my husband will pick people up along the way.
He did. Michael Rappaport. Out of nowhere, Michael Rappaport shows up on this, there's a doctor, there's 2 doctors, 1 lawyer, this woman's, but you can tell there's the core. There's the core friends.
Yeah.
There's the core friends who drink.
Yes.
Let's get that. Not only drink, they actually made a game during quarantine called, what's it called?
Mogi Pong.
Mogi Pong. It's a game of drinking. Mogi Pong. Look it up. It's on Amazon, and they that's the core friends, and they're like what's popping up? The door opens and they see, and it was and the presentation was unbelievable, and all your presentation is absolutely amazing. I want to tell you something. I watched a few other. Jake Cohen, the cook,
Cohen,
right?
Yeah.
So his thing is like a fast thing. You can tell his audience is much younger because it's like zap, 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 zap.
Well, he's also much better at doing this Instagram stuff than me.
Okay, but yours are beautiful. Yours are all the bracelets are always in it. There's
good.
always
I'm
hand jewelry in it, right?
Like yes.
Not always, but
no.
okay.
Now you're hiding. Now you're hiding your. No, but when I sent her,
don't do that.
When I sent her the near reserve bar, like she did the picture with it, and all my friends like, did she really have to use $200,000 worth of wrist jewelry for this
The
thing?
answer
It was
is
really
yes.
funny.
Yes.
It's stunning. It's easy to look at. It's an easy one. It's an easy one to look. And do you start cooking like on Tuesday for Shabbat?
No, I will never cook in advance. Everything is
On
fresh.
Friday?
Every Friday?
Yeah, every Friday. I mean, I cook every night, but Friday
You
is
cook
the big
every
one.
night.
So it's not. So
Wow.
so when you're posting on Wednesday and Thursday, it's not for the Friday night
No,
meal. We just always think everything you're cooking is for Friday.
Look, she's
No.
horrified.
Isn't that
She's like, what do you think? What
no,
what-
it's my bad. I just whenever I see anybody cooking, I figure it's for Friday night. I don't figure it's
we
for.
need to eat the other nights of the week too.
You do.
Yeah.
Is your family like oh my God, just give me just order McDonald's or whatever, kosher McDonald's or something? Are they like?
They like it. They expect it now. But yeah, no, we have some nights where, can I have a light dinner? So I say, sure, have a light dinner, whatever.
How old are your kids, if I may ask?
The eldest is 15, and then 15, 13, I have a bar mitzvah boy. And then my daughter is 9, and the little one is 5. So I have all ages.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you got rid of them for the summer, right? Except for one.
Except for one. And
The
I did
little
not get
one?
rid of them. Thank you very much.
No,
It
yeah,
was
yeah. No.
I miss them very, very much.
Yes. No, you did. Your husband too was telling us how much you missed them. Yes, very much. And one was in the house. I was at Kim and John's house on. I had a show in Deal, Long Branch, New Jersey, and I came there to decompress before going to the show. And I kept saying she's such a host. She had our name on the sushi platter that she prepared for us, and she put us in the guest quarters, not in the house, in your face. Not that we didn't go to the house to go see the.
She didn't want you in the house.
No, but she gave you space. It was really you're an amazing host.
Thank you.
Host is a thing. I think.
Yeah.
I think she's a cook, but she's not a host. But you're a host too, and there was one kid.
Oh yes, Jude. Yes.
Jude.
The little one?
The little one.
Yeah. So he was like, "This is my mommy and daddy. Nobody else. This is my mommy and daddy." Okay. So now, when you decide to do a cookbook, what like?
By the way, I have a new cookbook coming out in the spring. I have a fourth cookbook is coming out right before Passover.
What's it called?
It is called The Modern Table, and it's all about entertaining and hosting, and it also has simple, beautiful recipes in it. But I focus a lot on the hosting and the presentation. And
I love that.
Did I before even talking
and
to
there
you?
There you go.
No, I'm telling you, the hosting is the most important thing. So that's coming out now. How did you decide to? And when I saw your videos of the new cookbook,
right.
The studio, and it was, wow.
Yeah.
What's the process of making a new cookbook?
It's a big process. There's a lot of thought. First of all, just creating the recipes, testing the recipes alone is a very big, time-consuming part of it. And then the whole design and the concept and photography, food styling, it's a very big undertaking.
It's a whole world.
Yeah, it's a whole world.
Yeah. But do you have advice for anybody who thinks they want to do a cookbook?
A lot of people reach out to me, and you know what? I always tell everyone, go for it, but stay organized, try to keep things, try to figure out what your vision is. What is the point of this book? And then go from there. But, it's not impossible. Anybody could do it. It does take...
No, I don't. I would not be able to do it. I could say right now I can do a lot of things. I could not do a cookbook.
Look, it's like anything else in life. You have to work hard.
Nir could do a cookbook.
Yes.
Maybe you couldn't.
Yes.
Nir could do a cookbook.
Nir, the Israeli character, yes. He could. That is how you make it. Okay, so I think, this is when I said hosting, and I think everybody loves quick tricks. We were in... I had a show for Passover in Utah, and it was a ski vacation thing, and they brought this sommelier. Did I say it right? The wine guy. And then you have this whole room full of Orthodox Jews watching him, and he's talking about the wines and this and that. And while he's talking, and he opens up this other bottle of wine, and he's speaking, and the grapes come from this, and the fruit are darker, and this and that. He opens the bottle of wine in a way that was magical. And they were all mesmerized by that. And then no one cared about the wine or where the wine's from or how they made it. They go, how did you open it like that?
Right.
I should be able to show my guests I can do it. And he starts to do this thing. People want a quick trick, a quick thing that'll make it pretty, people, I'm sorry, when I say people, I wanted them to come and look at the table. Wow, the table's gorgeous. And then whatever shows up, they'll be ding dong, the sushi shows up. Your challah cover, you and I have the same challah cover. Challah cover is what you put over the bread.
Good.
Before you, do you know why you have a challah cover?
No. What's challah, Modi?
Challah is a bread that we eat on Shabbat, and we cover it.
But wait, you also Can you tell the braiding? It's a whole thing.
Okay, but I'm telling you about the challah cover.
All right,
There's a
well.
woman who makes challah covers, and she sent you and I
Ah, the same
the
one.
same one. What's her name?
Ayin Tov?
Bita. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Ayin Tov,
Yes.
which means good eye.
eye.
Yes.
Good eye. But like instead of Ayin Hara, Ayin Hara means the evil eye.
Yeah.
Ayin
Oh,
Tov.
that's good.
Right, you
I
like that? Yeah.
that.
I mean, Ayin Tov is like, but good eye doesn't sound good. Good eye sounds like I had a date with this girl, and I looked into her good eye, and I knew she was not my bashert. No, but the challah cover, the reason you have a challah cover, I'll explain to you, because you make the blessing over the wine before you make the blessing over the challah. In
I
the
didn't know
order,
that.
in the order of blessings, bread goes before wine. So in the table, we make the blessing over the wine before the bread, so you cover the bread.
So you can't
That's-
see the bread?
So the bread gets the respect. It's
like you
it's
don't
not
want
out.
to embarrass the bread.
You don't want to embarrass the bread by making the blessing on the wine first.
Or is it because
Watch, we're
all-
gonna lose. We're going to 15 minutes of Periel questioning everything in Judaism. Go ahead, Periel.
Okay, so first
Here we
of
go.
all,
Yeah.
Has your bread ever been embarrassed before?
Yes.
I have never actually made challah.
Shocking.
But I would with the braiding. It's a whole thing. It's interesting. Can you,
Yes, of
Kim,
course.
tell us?
Of course. I mean,
If somebody,
you have a batch
One
of
day, we're gonna making challah. Okay, so we put it together. And go, oh my God, we're going to the gym. We left the whole thing. It came back. It was the size of a Mini Cooper. It's like a live thing.
Of course, yeah. It's not
Okay.
okay, but this is like a major thing in Judaism, making the challah. If somebody
Well,
has
yes.
cancer, you have to
Yeah.
make everybody in the
There's
community.
like healing properties to saying the blessing over the dough. Yeah, it's a real
You don't
thing.
know
and I
this?
really-
I'm
it's
gonna
really
teach
true.
you.
I didn't know this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Whenever you want to make a blessing and you want that to come true, they say bake your challah, make your challah, so you could say the blessing over the challah.
How do you not know this?
Wait,
am
I make the blessing
so
over the
into this
challah.
right
I make
now.
the blessing over the challah.
Take the challah, like when you're making
Yeah,
challah,
you-
you have to remove a piece.
I know. For
And
the
you have
ko-
to
for-
say prayers
You
while
have to
you're...
remove a piece for the kohen. It's a whole matzah thing. It's okay.
And you have
I
to
know
braid,
that.
And you have to braid it,
Yeah.
right? It's like a
Uh-huh.
French braid.
It's not a French braid.
If you're from Montreal.
Nah, you were ahead. You could have quit. You could have quit, but you went for more. You had it. You had it. You
That was good.
you-
All right, okay. We'll edit that part out. Go ahead.
No,
I'm
we
sorry.
won't. Okay. So the challah. So where were we?
No,
Oh,
I
no.
really
So
wanna
your
hear.
presentation. So where were we?
Well, you-
Go ahead.
What's the challah?
So
What?
you make the dough, and then you have to let it rise, and then you separate. So you take a piece, you say this blessing, and then you throw away or burn this piece of dough. And it's like, basically, I'm not a rabbi, so don't quote me on this, but it's basically taking a piece of something and like sort of giving it as a sacrifice.
Wow.
And you say the prayers for whoever you're praying for, and then you braid.
How
and
many
then
pieces do you braid?
You could do 3, you could do 5, you could do 6, you could do you could braid all different ways. Then you have to let it rise again. It's a whole day process.
You're kidding.
No, it's a whole day process, and then you bake it, and then it's good.
Wow.
Wow. This is the last time we see you for a Friday podcast. You'll be braiding challahs till.
I want to braid a challah. We should do it here.
We are not doing a challah here.
Braid,
No, but when the table looks amazing, your table looks insane, and what other quick tricks do you have for people? Quick tricks. They love a quick trick.
I know everybody loves a quick trick, but the truth is, to make things good, there are no quick tricks. It's not you can't how did they say, skip corners or cut corners?
Cut corners.
Look, there are things you could do to prepare, to be organized in advance. You could do a lot of prep, but really the best food is what's made just before serving. Quick trick. Something I do, I set my Shabbat table Thursday night. It's always set.
Okay.
So I'll do prep things in advance so that I don't have to scramble for that stuff at the last minute. Menu plans, making your menu, preparing it. You could do your grocery shop a day ahead, maybe. But some people store things in the freezer. I don't love it. I like everything as fresh as possible.
What I meant like a trick, like serving the hummus in this instead of that.
Like a
Putting,
serving.
buying sabra hummus and then putting something zatar on
No,
top of
that
it.
is
No,
not-
okay, no. I'm just saying that's something I would do and say. I used to.
Well, look,
I used to do Shabbat dinners and buy everything at pomegranate, serve it, and just say, I made everything to all the salad. They have these amazing salads. I just put them into a bowl here. Oh, you chopped all that up? I chopped all that up. And then they go, the chicken. The chicken had like the lines on it from the grill.
Yeah.
Where do you have a grill in this apartment? But
I mean, if you have beautiful dishes and serveware, it always helps to make everything look better. But there's no real, there's no real quick. The food has to taste good. Here's the thing: the opposite is true. Even if it doesn't look beautiful, but the food tastes really good, you don't need a beautiful way to serve it, because at the end of the day, what people remember more. If I could serve you something beautiful that looks amazing but tastes disgusting, you're going to remember that it tastes disgusting.
Yep.
Right. So. Focus on the food. Focus on the food.
Food for comedy is kryptonite in the Jewish world. It's when I do a show, my contract has a whole thing saying there's absolutely no food allowed to be in the audience. If it's a table seating and all that.
Yeah,
because if we're going to serve the dinner and bring you on, and then you might as well not bring me on.
Right.
Because if Jerry Seinfeld was up there, right, and food lands on the table, you're done.
That's why I thought the challah had to be covered.
No. No. Okay. What else I want to say? So so the cooking, everybody should definitely get the cookbooks and watch whatever you have on YouTube. You don't have much on YouTube.
No, I don't do YouTube.
I saw.
I'm not very technical. I'm like old school.
Did you?
But it's a shame because your Instagram is super easy to watch, but
I'm not consistent.
Oh, okay.
I should be.
Did you get into doing?
You have 4 kids. You have excuses. It's not like you
have 4 excuses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you get into doing this? Like, did you always love cooking, or was it sort of something because you always did Shabbat, or did you what order?
So you know what? I always loved cooking. I always loved entertaining, having parties, inviting people over, and I grew up in a house where there was good food. My family is
Moroccan.
Oh,
They're
wow,
amazing cooks naturally, and it just was something natural to me. I moved to New York, and I would invite people over, and people would say, "Oh my God, did you make this?" I said, "Of course I made it." And people started asking me, "Can you show me how to do this?" And I ended up enrolling in Culinary School, and one thing led to the next. I was teaching cooking classes, and then
Were you raised kosher?
Yes.
Okay.
I've always been kosher.
That's interesting.
Do you connect to Judaism through food?
I think it's definitely food is a very big part of Judaism for sure, with the holidays and Shabbats, and it definitely is a connector. But I think I really connect to people through food more than anything else.
Okay.
I think it's food and feeding other people is a real connector, a real human connector, because at the end of the day, we all need to eat, and it brings people together. So that's why I love it.
I feel like part of what's so unique and interesting about you is that you have this incredible level of food, which kosher food isn't generally known as being so spectacular.
Right. So I've always...
Or healthy-ish.
Right. Healthy-ish. So I've always been kosher, but I've always eaten very well. I mean, good ingredients, good food. When I moved to New York, actually, I was very surprised at what the kosher food scene was here.
Not good.
Good or bad?
It hadn't evolved like in other places. People
Really?
were still eating the same,
Gray.
Yeah, like brisket.
Everything was
cooked,
gray.
Like with a
gray.
bag of brown sugar. I just feel like we know better.
Yeah.
So we should eat better. And I have a lot of friends who are either not kosher, not Jewish, and I would always invite people over, and somehow kosher would come up. And I remember I once had my friends over, and he goes to me, "This is kosher food." And I realized that people think of kosher as like a food style, when kosher is really just a dietary restriction. It would be like vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, right? Kosher are the rules of what we can and cannot eat. It's not a style. It's not a cuisine. Jewish cuisine is something else. Pastrami, knishes, that's something else. But kosher food does not have to be that. You can eat almost everything, and it could be kosher, and it could be fresh and delicious and modern and clean.
So what is kosher food for those of us, not necessarily myself included, but just, in case? What does that mean then?
Keeping kosher is following a set of dietary laws that come from the Torah. So you cannot mix meat and milk. You cannot eat certain shellfish. You can't eat any shellfish, certain fish. And there's a bunch of, not that many at the end of the day. There's much more that we can eat than we can't eat.
Do you have separate dishes for milk and meat? What's that about?
So it's just not mixing the meat with the milk, even in the dishware. Even if you're not eating it at the same time, you need a separate set of dishes.
But people have all different kinds of kosher, right? Like some people will eat out, they'll eat certain things. Yeah.
So, I always say, this is an a la carte religion.
I love that.
What do I always say? We're not the chosen people, we're the choosing people.
Right, exactly. So
do you know that after you eat dairy, but after you eat milk, let's say you eat meat. Now, how long do you have to wait before you can drink milk or eat milk?
What is it?
Some people have 3 hours. Some people 6 hours.
See, this is the stuff
that's where
that's
the stuff that One rabbi says it. Yeah.
Because it used to be like a health thing, right? Like back in the day when they were putting together the Torah and all that.
Thanks. We're gonna not.
But
that's
really,
not where that comes from.
It used to be like because of health. Like it wasn't.
I don't know if that's a myth or if that's true. I remember learning that as a kid, but I don't know if that's something that's
I'm not.
accurate.
I don't want to. I'm not puskening on that.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. It's not what we're here for. But okay. Now we're in the month of October.
Yes, we are.
And it's Breast Cancer Awareness.
Yes, Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you are a survivor.
No, I'm not a survivor,
Okay,
thank
good.
God.
Okay.
I'm what they would call a previvor.
Previvor.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
So I learned that I carry the BRCA2 gene, a mutation for the BRCA2 gene, about a year or almost 2 years ago now. Which gives me a much greater likelihood of developing breast cancer, over 75%, and ovarian cancer as well. Yes. So I completely randomly took a genetic test. I have no family history of breast cancer. And I took a genetic test, and it came back saying that I was BRCA2 positive.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So this world is sort of new to me, and I'm a private person.
You were very public about this, though.
You know what?
On your Instagram, at least.
I had decided for me to go through with a preventative double mastectomy and reconstruction, and it was the right decision for me. And I wasn't gonna say anything or do anything, but I had a very long recovery, and during that time, I realized that, first of all, what led me to the decision to go through with this was that I had made many connections, and I learned a lot about this through social media and online, and I became part of many of these communities.
It's incredible.
And I even was led to my doctors through social media. And I was lying in bed recovering, and I thought to myself, how selfish would it be to have gone through this and had a successful recovery and not share my story? So many people shared their story with me and helped me, and I should do the same. And so I decided to share my story, and
that's really incredible.
Yeah. So
and did I'm sure you probably did.
A lot of people reached out to me. A lot of people since then were tested and discovered that they were carriers.
Wow.
I've connected my doctors with so many people.
Oh, that's amazing.
I also had a lot of messages of people saying, I know I'm a carrier, or I'm too scared to test. It runs in my family, but you showed me that, you could get through on the other side. And I mean, we live in a day and age where there are advancements every day in information. And so, there shouldn't be a stigma for these sorts of things.
Right. I was going to say, we grew up in nobody talked about this stuff. You weren't supposed to talk about it. Now, I don't know. I feel like
you have to almost talk about it.
But, there's so many things. I have a very good girlfriend who had breast cancer, even just finding bras and things like that. It's really important.
Yeah. 1 in 8 women is diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime.
Yeah.
So, 1 in 8 is that means we all know many women. And there shouldn't be any shame with it, and should be an open discussion for our children, for the next generations. And everybody's body is different. There's a lot of shame in the whole body.
Yeah, of course.
The physical part of it, and that people look different or are different. And there's no need for that. It's 2021.
You know Tig Notaro. Have you seen Tig Notaro's special? She's a comic.
Yes.
Where she had breast cancer, and she had a double mastectomy, and without reconstruction, she took off her top on stage.
Wow.
It was she's great, but it's incredible. It really, everybody should watch that and get tested immediately.
On your next cookbook, please do not do any. You're still very Hamish, and your audience is still
What's
Jewish.
Hamish? Modest?
Homey, yummy.
Is that Yiddish?
Yes, Hamish. Yeah, I think information should definitely be spread on social media about whatever you can help other people. Our family went through an insane ordeal. My parents are like, my dad's 85, my mom's like I think 79 or so, and take care of themselves, drive, golf, exercise, and everything themselves. They went to the doctor. My dad needed to replace his valve in the hospital, and they had to go for an angio. And they went to this hospital. They went to the hospital. I want to say the name of the hospital. It's St. Francis Hospital in Long Island, and they did an angio there. And the doctor comes into the waiting room to my mother and tells her, we have to do open heart surgery tomorrow. He has 3 clots in his heart, and he could die. He could have a heart attack any minute now, and this and that. And I had a friend whose dad just went through the whole thing, where they brought him from Florida just to go to this one special doctor. So I came to the hospital, and they're telling me there's nothing you can do. We have to do this tomorrow. It has to be done tomorrow. And then while we're deciding, they said, we're actually going to move it to Sunday because an emergency case came in, and now I'm getting the vibe that these doctors are just trying to fill up the schedule for the weekend because they're stuck there for the weekend, It's just Labor Day weekend, Friday at 4:30. What doctor is not in the Hamptons? But whatever. But he's not in the Hamptons. He's trying to get my father to open up his chest. Okay? And they all of a sudden, it went from an emergency to a it's a medical urgency.
Oh my God! Did somebody actually say that?
Yeah. That's what. No, I'll tell you who said that. My father's cardiologist said that, and my father's cardiologist also said if it was my father, I would let them do it. Okay. My friend's on the phone, Dina Ohev Shalom. She says to me, "Get him out of that hospital right now." We're there, panicking, and like, what do we do? He goes, there's a team in New York that are amazing at stents and valve. No one does open heart anymore. And I'm asking the doctor, is there no way they can do this without opening his chest? He goes, no, it's too late. And the vibe of the doctor, the surgeon, really threw me off. That's when I knew he's getting out of that hospital.
But I think that that's the most important thing, that you have to listen to your gut and go with your vibe. But you're lucky because you had a friend who gave you that push, because maybe if your friend didn't give you that push, you wouldn't have to. But
push. She said, "Get him out right now. Get him out of there right now." And I'm looking at these doctors and my dad's cardiologist of 30 years on the phone. I'm saying, I'm going against all these doctors' orders. We took him out. He went to a barbecue that night.
Oh my God!
And the following day, we checked him into NYU, and Dr. Ibrahim, may God save him forever, and he's such an amazing doctor, and Dr. Williams are doing everything was done with stents. But to say to a doctor, no, here you are in the hospital. He's got his name written over here, MD, PhD, cardiothoracic, he's telling you that there's no way this can be done without open heart, and my mom turns to me and goes, your decision. And I listened to Dina, and we just we got right out of there, and that was Friday afternoon. The following Friday, at the same exact time, the doctor came out of surgery and said we opened up all of the clottage, all the blockages, and he's completely fine. And it's just like, just to say the doc. You have to just go in your mind. These doctors are regular people. They don't know everything.
No, but I think that what Kim said is really true, and to the point of like if you share information, which at one point you know people didn't do that. Like what the hell do you know about cardiology and thoracic, who knows what? But like it's amazing that your friend and
well, that's why I felt very grateful that I had met these women. I didn't know anything about mastectomy and reconstruction. I thought
sounds terrifying, all of it, right?
I thought that there's one option. You have a mastectomy and you use implants. It turns out there are many more options than that. And ironically, to my story, I went to a lot of doctors in New York. I live in New York City. And I wanted to do a particular reconstruction where they use your own natural tissue so I wouldn't have foreign objects in my body. For me, that was what felt the right fit. And I went to see a lot of doctors here in New York, the top doctors. I'm a professional shopper, so I'm very good at shopping around. And every doctor that I went to see in New York said to me, you have to be crazy to do that surgery. You're a perfect candidate for implants. You should go get implants. We can't do this on you. Your frame is thin. It's only done for heavier women. And I found my way to Long Island, where I heard about a practice, and I came across my doctor, Dr. Jonathan Bank, and he said to me, it's a great surgery. You should do it. And I ended up having my surgery at St. Francis Hospital.
Shut
Right.
up. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the question. It's really weird here. But he went there to St. Francis he rents the surgical suite, right?
I don't know how it works, but he's associated with the hospital, and I had a very excellent experience
That is
there.
so
when
No,
crazy.
I'm not.
There was
When
an
Modi-
opening because Modi pulled his father out, so
Well,
they got
yeah.
you in.
No, it's just.
You know what? But the bottom line is you have to advocate for yourself.
Yes.
It's not about, yes, look, the truth is the average person is going to listen to what the doctor says.
Right.
But
You think they know. You really think they know.
You put your trust, but they are humans, and they're giving you their opinion based on their knowledge and what,
In the defense of the doctors that my father had, I said to them, is there no way you can do this? The answer is no. He does not have the training, and he's probably old school, open the heart, bring from the legs
No, but what they should say
is I can't do this.
Go get a second opinion. But the ego is so high with these.
What you're saying is the truth. You have to. The bottom line is always go for a second opinion. Don't let anyone pressure you, even if it's time. I mean, obviously within reason.
We're going to
but
get sued.
always,
10 people are going to die.
I know, we're not going to get sued. We're not going to get sued because this is all, every doctor that I'm talking about right now has this. I'm sure his document says and has proof that they had reason enough to go to do open heart surgery.
But why not say go get an opinion?
He said that he could have a heart attack any minute.
Okay, so could I.
So could I. No, I'm just saying, God forbid. But
God forbid.
But he was on that. But he sold us on this thing and scared the crap out of my parents. And
yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, horrifying. And then we're like, what are we doing? And then get out. Just get out of here. We got out of there, and it's such an easy hospital. There's parking, and you walk in, and they're waiting for you. You want to speak to your doctor. He comes around the corner. NYU, you have to fight for it. You fight to get into this team to take care of you. To get in, you have to show 70 IDs. That guest has to leave for you to come in, only between 12 and 8. Now you have to, but the Bikur Cholim, the Jewish pantry, we'll do that in a minute, is amazing. It was delicious.
What is that? I would say that again.
Oh, Kim, help me here, Kim.
What is it? The who, the what?
Bikur Cholim, what does that mean?
Bikur Cholim, to visit the sick people.
Okay, so Bikur Cholim is an organization that brings kosher food to hospitals. They bring it to the patients themselves for the meals, and they also have a pantry. They have a room in the hospital about the size of this studio.
Okay.
Packed with food. Delicious food.
Really?
Yeah, yummy cookies, a hot cholent stew, soups, and gefilte fish, and refrigerator
This is at
fruit.
NYU specifically.
NYU has a very good one, but
a lot of the
most hospitals do.
I
doubt St. Francis does. I don't think St. Francis,
Not
the
St.
patron saint of Open the Heart.
The patron saint of Open the Heart. That's amazing.
But now this is where we're gonna really have fun with her. So when you get to the door, right?
Yeah.
And anybody else walking by the hospital has no idea what Bikur Cholim. They just keep walking.
Yeah.
They figure it's some kind of X-ray machine in there, and then they just keep walking. But there's a code on the door.
Yeah.
And the code, they give you the code in Hebrew.
Who are they giving these codes to?
The Hasidic people, the Jewish people that come to the hospital. Now you're coming into this Bikur Cholim.
So anybody who's Hasidic can go.
Not anybody
and
who's
go
Jewish,
into...
and anybody who knows that this exists.
Wait, what is this? Some like secret passageway?
Is it?
Like you got like a password or something when you go to the hospital?
Your tone is absolutely unacceptable at this point. You're absolutely unacceptable.
I'm still
no. We're talking
about him talking about the cholent, like in the hospital, in the Bikur, the hot, beautiful cholent.
On Thursday, is it good? A cholent from Bikur Cholim is the most. If you're ever in NYU on a Thursday, go try the cholent. Bikur Cholim nails that cholent. Your tone on we're talking about the most amazing thing that Jewish people have done is to bring kosher food to the hospital. It's anybody who knows it's there.
Yes.
Right? If you say to the nurse, is there any kosher food for my guests, for whatever you can bring? She'll say there's a kosher pantry downstairs.
Or if you're there on a Friday night, they'll bring you wine and challah. It's really beautiful.
It's amazing. And now when you get to the door, just so like otherwise everybody's gonna walk in and go grab a few things and leave. The code is like they'll say Aleph, Daled, Yud, so they'll give you the number for the code. And that's how you get in. And you walk in there and right away you meet somebody, how are you, where are you, what is going on with them, try this, that's a little dry, It's a very nice thing. Bikur Cholim is amazing.
And it's in many hospitals.
The big ones, the
big ones for sure, yeah. And NYU's is very good.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful thing, right?
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah. And that's healing. That food is not healing food at all. That's all gray kugel.
You seem to love it.
No, sometimes you need it. Sometimes it's, listen, a beautiful Israeli salad that you have is amazing. But once in a while when you're sitting there, a kugel is just so good. No, never for you.
Never.
Not for me, but okay.
Kim is like, no, that's a hard pass for Kim.
That's a hard pass. Okay, what's your favorite food?
I would eat probably fish is my favorite. Like simply grilled, really, really fresh, raw. I eat a lot of raw fish.
Oh, sushi-ish.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
always see a lot of fish on your menu. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question I ask all my guests. Who's your rabbi?
Who's my rabbi? I have a very religious sister. She's my rabbi.
In Montreal?
Yeah. But she's cool religious. So I run everything by her.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're in Montreal, which...
Côte Saint-Luc. She's actually the principal of the Jewish day school in town.
Oh,
yes.
very good.
I'm very smitten by cool religious. What is that? I like that.
Her eyes are open, so she knows that even within our own family, everybody's different, and there's no judgment. She does what she does, and nothing is imposed on anybody. And for me, that's what I think is cool.
Yeah, I'm with that.
And she still stays very true to her beliefs, but while having respect for everyone else.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's your sister. So your sister's your rabbi.
My sister's my rabbi.
Okay.
I even call her rabbi.
I love that.
Oh,
That's
do you?
amazing.
I have a rabbinical question. She's like, what now?
Oh, I love that.
Is her husband a rabbi? Or
No.
No. But she's just religious.
Religious, yeah.
Yeah, but she's okay. Very amazing. Good. Oh, that's. Any other questions regarding cooking? Or yes.
Well, no. I would like for you to say what we would like for our listeners to send us.
Oh, people. Okay, so
this is a whole thing that we've been forgetting to do every episode.
Yeah. People want us to review books or to review products and pitch products and to
taste things.
Don't
send food.
Don't send food. Please don't send food. But how do they reach us? How do they reach you?
They can email us.
info@modilive.com. info@modilive.com if you want to sponsor one of the podcasts, if you want to have your product reviewed. And am I doing this well?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. Send us fun things.
Send us fun things and
Jewish things.
Or not Jewish things.
Or non-Jewish
things. Are you crazy?
Things.
For the right price, I'll send the cookies that they give for Jesus Christ at the wafers, the wafer, those things.
That's what they have at St. Francis.
Yes,
in
yes.
The, in the Bikur
And the
Cholim.
Bikur Cholim, they do that cookie. The guy comes in next. So yeah, send whatever you want. People, we actually have a really cool Judaica company coming on soon, and people sent some other things that were a little weird, but we enjoy them in a book, whatever. So send them. And how do they find out? I mean, it's such a good. Her Instagram is so nice. It's you see all these idiots, and then all of a sudden you see, look, a nice little fish, or this or that. Hi, it's such a sweet, easy watch. So you're at Kim Kushner Cuisine.
Kim Kushner Cuisine, yeah.
Kim Kushner Cuisine.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask, like, do people just say Kushner when they hear Kushner? Yes.
People, are you part of the Kushners? And I say, well, my last name is Kushner. And then they'll say, are you related? And I say, no, because I'm not. My husband is, but I'm not, right? So.
Yeah. No, it's right there. It's Kim Kushner. It's not like Stephanie Kushner, where like you have 3 syllables before it's Kim Kushner. And it's like, Kushner? Yeah, it's, but the family, I know the family, and they're very, very nice. To me, they've always been very, very sweet, and it's good. But it's a name. It's a name. So
what's
Kim Kushner,
in a name?
What's
honey?
in a name?
Yep.
But the most important part of that name is cuisine. Kim Kushner
you got
Cuisine, and I don't know how to spell any of it, so figure it out. And it's
Is it cuisine with a K?
No,
Like
no.
Kardashian?
okay, Kim Kushner Cuisine, and you can reach out to her there and watch the recipes in the book. And then the new book, which is called
The Modern Table.
Is it modern, like modern Orthodox table, or modern, just the modern
Oh
table?
my God, you're going deep.
No, but in 2 minutes, it was already brewing in her head. I knew that was already in her head.
I like that spin, but it's really just based on modern day and time.
Okay, modern day and time.
It's a good double entendre, though, the
I
modern
like it.
Orthodox thing. It's
Wasn't it good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have dates coming up?
Well, yes, I do have dates coming up. I have. Do you want to do yours? Do you want to tell them?
No. You can.
Yeah. Okay. I am gonna be in Port Washington, Long Island on the 14th of this month, October 14th. I'm in Port Washington. On the 26th, I'm in the Broward Center in Fort Lauderdale. And the 9th of November in Skokie, Chicago. Tickets are all in my bio of Instagram and also in the website, modilive.com and modi_live on Instagram. And again, reach out. People love to tell us what they think of these podcasts, and we love to hear it. And we take it and we use your advice. Anything you want to pull?
No, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. It's Monday, by the way. It's Monday. It's 12 o'clock on Monday, and she's wishing you Shabbat Shalom. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're an amazing guest.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Oh, that was so fun.